Hey guys, how much fuel for the Ford? I don't know if... I think there's a bit of a delay on the... I don't know what you're looking at right now, but Miz has just come through the first corner for me. Yeah. Which is, I think, exactly there. Yeah, so for some reason there's a bit of a delay for the YouTube, but yeah, no, we're currently going onto the broadcast. I can hear us on the phone. PC. Liz has managed to catch up with Liz managed to catch up with sound fine. Like I say, there's no real point in doing any commentary on it because what I'm seeing is a good minute and a half later than what's happened. I mean, maybe you're watching live. Only through. See, the stream's even later for me. He's just gone under the bridge from it. At the last corner. Now he's just crossed the line. No, I'm fully live. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, he's just gone through that King's turn 5, the tricky one. He's on that coming up to the double right-handed before the back straight. Eggy, he's started putting the pressure back onto Charlie again. Yeah, that's weird. You've got some sort of strange camera pack. Unfortunately, apparently HDI had a crash. That's I'll tell you what I did like when you were messing around with the cameras was when you're stuck on the roof that you could spin around. That was it. That was a good idea for that. How many laps is it to a stint? I'm guessing they're coming towards their first stop now. $47. Oh, through. Oh, that was close. That was definitely. That Miz squeezing through a gap. Oof. I think he's shouting, sorry. I don't know if you heard that. Yeah. Maybe in his foul mouth. Oh, yeah. Charlie died. The leader. I think we got away with it with no damage. Oh, that's unlucky. Yeah, that is unlucky. Yeah, I mean, it's a great position to be in. We're only just starting the race, and it doesn't. I don't think Charlie's got too much damage. Yeah, it doesn't look like that car's too damaged. I mean, it's just a shame that that's how it's happened.
Yeah, just a bit.
I think it. Yeah, we net coded them afterwards. Is that Jimmy all the way up to 8th already? They are plus 15.
Yeah, plus 16 now, I think. So.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, Simon Brendan's done a great job. Up 10.
Yeah. Is that Jimmy all the way up to 8th already? They are plus 15.
Yeah, plus 16 now.
Apparently they've got another 18 laps of fuel to go, so that would work out right from what you were saying.
Simon Brendan's done a great job. Up 10. That's good. Wasn't quick enough.
Looks like they've had to pit. No, full send.
Right, so I'm going to try and load something up now and just hope it doesn't just break everything.
Eggy is complaining that he can't see a thing out of the front.
Can't see. Oh, it is a little dirty, isn't it? Let's have a ride on from an eggy point of view.
You're alright, it is a bit filthy.
Just can't seem to get the camera right for this.
That'll do.
Okay, I think I got it. Let's ride on board with the eggy for a bit.
Apparently they've got 11 minutes of repairs.
Let's ride on board with the eggy for a bit. Ooh, that's not nice.
Full send, guys. Yeah, it's that's really unlucky. That. Not what you want.
No, definitely not.
I think. I think that might be them done for a while.
So we got Brendan, 5-second back from Eggy now. This is probably a decent gap. Just sort of hold that on the pace. Yeah, and then
No,
I
last
think,
round was sort of lap time as well last time around.
yeah, I think
I think they're both 15 flats.
yeah, it was not far off identical lap times.
No, all the top 4 are pretty much together in terms of lap time. The top 3 are all on the 18 flat, and then the 4th place is an 18.2. Track temperature, I think it's 42 or something like that now. 40, nearly 43.
Well, it's track 109 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, that's hot.
Yeah, 43 Celsius. It's quite toasty.
Yeah. Hilariously, Ash and Eggy are talking about the exact same thing with the track temperature. After Eggy's gone, the tyres are dead.
Oh god.
He says he's having to be really be careful on application of the power.
Yeah, I bet. Let's see. Oh, we got the auto switch back. Very nice. Although, on the downside, we seem to have lost the ability to adjust the cameras. What have I broke? That sucks. Control F12 does not work. How to adjust the cameras? Open camera tool. We fixed it, we fixed it.
Oh, I guess now it's just about everyone's just sort of settling in and logging laps, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. So,
Start's over, that's the excitement bit done. Gaps, most of the gap cars have got a gap between them now. I think there's a gaggle of cars from 8th down. They're all nice and neatly packed about half a second apart, from the look of it. But other than that, everyone's got 1 or 2 seconds between them.
Man, oh man.
doing
We didn't.
quite well.
It wasn't in the script. Brendan's had a very stressful, like navigating that field. He did very well. We got a tiny bit of damage on the front of the car. Otherwise, we're catching Eggy right now. He's taken nearly a second out of him in the last 3 laps. Yeah, it was very hairy there for a while. Saw Charlie crash that GT3. Eggy did very well to avoid him. Just to get on the brakes. Eggy picked up a tiny little bit of front end, did he?
It looks like it was a netcode touch more than anything.
Okay.
Ash said that there's no real sort of damage on the car, so think he got away with that one. It's a shame that that's what happened to
Charlie.
the full Sen car. Yeah,
Yeah.
they were both having a really good race together then.
Yeah.
And Eggy was saving some fuel at that point.
We haven't started fuel saving yet. So I told Brendan he drank a monster drink. Charlie Collins just back to fuck. Yeah, so he drank a monster drink, he had the shakes. Brendan's breathing is making me anxious. His breathing is so, now I know what it's like when people are in a chat with me and I'm racing. But his breathing is so heavy the whole time there, and I just, yeah, you're doing great, you're doing excellent. And which he was making short work of the guys in front of him to get up to where he is now.
Looking at the movers, Gagers as it is, the Doug Henson.
Oh, Jimmy Broadbent?
Jimmy's team, yeah, they're up 16 at the moment.
They're
managed to get
7th, right?
7th, yeah. I don't know what their pace is like.
No, it's not good.
But they've done a good job moving their way up through the field, and they did it pretty quickly.
They're experienced, and that's it. Like they don't have the outright pace on us. They're about a second slower than us. Well, in the practice they were, and in qualifying they were a bit down. So they're not a threat. Like we're breaking away from 3rd and 4th. I'm looking at it now. It's ours to lose really at this stage. Obviously we can't help what other cars do, but right now it's this is great. 1 and 2.
Well, I was saying to Romeo earlier, it's still early in the race, but the start's done with. That's the exciting bit as it is, and now it's just about logging the laps and getting through. That's
This is good. There's still 38 teams racing. We haven't really lost a lot of teams. I only see 6 teams retired. That's pretty good going. Yeah.
Would you be able to do me a quick favour, please, Chris?
Yeah.
Do you know how to open the camera tool, the Control 12?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you set your camera as TV1, can you just screenshot a picture of, or just take a picture with your phone of what the settings are for TV1? Because for some reason when I put it on TV1 or TV2 or TV3, it just sits there and doesn't change through the cameras. So I'm having to do it all manually.
Yeah, sorry about that. No, what was I saying? Yeah, it's just about logging laps now, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then it's you got to get to the last hour of the race. That's when you see where you are, and if you need to push then. You don't take risks now, but
No.
that's when you take the risks.
Brandon he has 7x in the first hour, which is a little too high. We can only allow really not too many.
How many is it per hour?
So 10 an hour.
Okay.
And we've got 6 laps left of fuel.
Oh, we're only 10 minutes from the hour though, being over, aren't we? Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's within that limit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back over to him, see if he can start fuel saving just laps here. Okay.
Okay.
We'll be back in a while.
S7X. I mean, I was messing around doing a couple of laps practice earlier on, like I said, and I got more than 7X. Bloody 5 laps, I can tell you that.
Oh yeah.
I've never been one to really give a damn about that though.
No, same.
All you've got to do is an experience breaking car first, and you make it all up again.
Well, yeah. I mean, Le Mans always the favourite one for me with sort of getting your SR back. It's quite nice.
Mm. Well, I did the Bathurst 1000 last week, and I gained, was it 1.47 or something like that into my SR, and I had something like 20 into them. And I did 115 laps. I think Eggy's only got 4x at the moment.
That's good.
He's doing pretty well, keeping those.
Yeah, so we definitely got something wrong with these cameras as well. I can't figure out what's wrong. Too far. Let's jump it back on there.
They've got about 5 laps to go.
Yeah, it should be coming in soon.
Just looking at the time of everybody, we're at the end of a stint, tenths off what the guys behind are doing that time-wise. The car might be using its tyres a little aggressively.
Yeah. I mean, I think
Oh,
Brendan.
I take that back. I absolutely take that back as Eggy goes and does their 17.7.
God, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the temperature might be fluctuating a little bit. Maybe not so much. But it can sort of. Cloud cover might sort of affect it, but then again, I look at the skies and it's clear, so no clouds.
Yeah, it's the life out of it. Track temp's actually gone up again. It's apparently it's at 43.3 degrees Celsius now.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean it's probably going to start rising a little bit. So it's what in sim about 1 o'clock. Yeah, so we'll start rising for a little bit, and then it's going to start coming back down again.
Do we know what the forecast is for the weather?
Bright and
What's it
sunny, I
meant-
think.
Clearly. Do we know what it's meant to get up to?
I'd say we're probably around the peak.
Oh.
I mean, what Atlanta weather is quite warm, but I don't know how. So I know sort of with the UK, sometimes you get sort of peak temperatures around 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
but I'm not sure sort of where the peak in it is in Atlanta. If we had Dion, Jesse, Jason, or Don sort of around, they might be able to help, but we don't.
I'm guessing that it's going to get to about 45.
Yeah.
And then as it gets a bit later, it'll start cooling down. But also, I mean, you hate to say it, but more people will drop out of the race,
Yeah.
and that'll be less people running around the track, keep warming the track effectively.
That's true. So hopefully it sort of cools off a bit later. So it's hot weather, just it's no fun to race in. Tyres just screw up too much, and it's the last thing you sort of want going through T5.
Well, I think the hardest part about racing and driving in general when it gets really hot is just try not to overdrive. You see the time sort of slipping away, and you have to tell yourself
Yeah.
that's just happen.
So we got
And
Brendan into the pits.
Brendan in the pits, yeah.
So let's see.
A bit of an earlier one. We've got another couple of laps. Yeah, Eggy's got another at least one lap. He might go for another one after.
Yeah. So stopped nicely in his box. Let's see.
Right.
Let's see how long the stop is. So it's just dropping down to 11th. Okay, up on the jacks.
I'm thinking Eggy's probably going to pit this lap.
I would have thought so. Not quite sure how well he's done on fuel.
Nope, going for another. He's gone for
No.
another.
No, fair play. So slightly split strategy then.
Managed to. That's the fuel he saved from following Charlie.
So it's a 1 minute dead stop with a 1:23 down on the lane. That's quite good. Just see if Eggy can beat it. So let's go and jump on board with him.
Just coming up to the double right-hander before the backstop now. Always makes me nervous when you try and squash a lap out.
Okay, and we are boxing with Eggy.
It was a little less aggressive on the way into.
Yeah.
I think he probably lost a second on the way into the.
So I mean, you can tell that the field is quite close together. Brendan's come out in 17th, so it must have been one of the first to stop. Everyone else going quite long.
I think everyone went one more lap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone went one more lap. There's someone gone longer than Eggy from.
Oh, that's good.
A couple of people have gone long.
Yeah, so there's 4 others so far.
Sitting and saving fuel.
Okay, so we're up on the jacks. Let's see how long. It seems to be quite a. Sort of
It always feels
less
like a long
fuel.
time.
This was the tyres that took a while.
Where's Miz on track then?
Okay, so is it 2 seconds longer for Eggy on that stop? So Brendan could be right on him. And he is. Right
He is.
there.
He is. I did say he was very unaggressive on the way into
Yeah. I think he was a lot slower going into his box as well. So in the actual pit lane time, there was it 1.2 seconds in it, but there was Eggy stopped for 2 seconds longer than Miz in the box.
Oh well, that would be probably a little extra fuel because Eggy ran the pretty much dry.
Yeah. Okay, so team orders, boys. Sit behind one another. Save some fuel. Don't take each other out.
That's literally what they do.
Multi 21, multi 21. So I think they'll probably play the strategy game for the moment.
Well, what I imagine might happen is that Miz might stay there and try and make up the extra laps that he lost in fuel.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously, I don't know whether it was a conscious point to try and close the gap up. He could have pit a couple of laps early to the gap up. If that was the case, then obviously it worked.
That's quite good.
Still a couple of guys up there that can pit. The leader, they were the third place car, they just pitted. And they were a second slower than Eggy on their in lap.
Miz getting right on the back of Eggy there.
Yeah, he didn't want to lose him through that piece of traffic, did he?
No. Stuck to him like glue.
You've got to when you're trying to save the fuel.
Definitely.
Got to be as close as you can off all the corners so that you can roll out a bit down the straights. How long did you say it was start to finish in the stops?
So pit lane time for Eggy. There was me. Wrong button. So pit lane time for Eggy was a 1:24.9, and Brendan did a 1:23.7.
Just let you know what we did there was Brendan didn't fuel save. He wanted to catch Eggy so we could do what we're doing right now, which is he's just going to tuck in behind Eggy, fuel save for about 20 laps,
And make those laps up.
Yeah, and then that's exactly it. And then he wanted, and then what we're going to do is we're going to trade positions in about 20 laps, and then Eggy's going to fuel save behind us. So
yeah,
that's what we're going to do.
No, we hypothesised that might be the case anyway.
Yeah. All right, I'm going back over to Brennan. He's has a hairy situation here.
Okay. Yeah, we just.
Yeah.
Well, it seems that we called that one, didn't we?
Yeah, did quite well. I think it's quite good at this game.
Yeah. He has lost a little bit of ground through that bit of traffic, though.
Yeah. I mean, he's not too far back. He's stuck behind an Audi at the minute. I think he's just about to get past him.
He'll
Yeah.
make that. And they've actually put a gap on third through that whole series of pit stops. It's up to 12 seconds.
Wow.
13 now, sorry. 13.
Quite
So,
again.
to the leader, anyway. 13 to the leader. So have all your computer dramas been fixed then?
To a degree. I have.
Doesn't sound overly convincing, I'll be honest.
Well, I did have to spend sort of 300 plus on a new CPU yesterday, so that's. It's
That's
yeah.
what we all love to do, isn't it?
But yeah. Wait and see. But it's back. That's the main thing. We're to crank iRacing back to the fullest. I wasn't quick enough.
What do you mean you weren't quick enough, Barry?
Well, Eggy was sort of just overtaking some traffic, and I sort of jumped to him as he went past him.
Ah. Yeah, the traffic seems to have hurt Brendan a little bit there. He's dropped about 2.5 seconds back.
Yeah, so he seems to be losing a bit of time. I mean, he's stuck behind another back marker here behind the Ferrari.
Yeah, when you're the second car, it's something.
He's got him in the draft. Do the old sort
Sometimes it works for you, sometimes it works against you.
Yeah. That's why I suppose the problem with multi-class is that sometimes you do just have to sit behind the traffic, especially somewhere like Road Atlanta. You know, you got from T2 to T5.
The whole section, first section, you're really pulling an overtake through there. It's got to have a lot of compliance from the other person, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. I mean, even with sort of like LMPs around here, you can lose a lot of time.
I think Eggy just lost a bit of time there, off turn 5, so...
Yeah, and was the Audi still trying to go side by side with him into the double right? Not really sure why, but you know. Where is Mr. Jimmers? How far back's he? Looks like he's quite a way down.
Currently in 8th place. They are 27 seconds off.
So a quick skip through everyone back to where we are. Yeah, so quite a way back. So I think Brendan's just managed to pull back about 7/10 on that last lap to Eggy.
Yeah, like I say, Eggy, he definitely got held up at turn 5. But I mean, if they're definitely wanting to do that fuel saving and everything, switching positions, then Eggy kind of needs to start just to fuel save a little bit to allow Brendan to catch back up, doesn't he?
Yeah. And I say, I mean, we've got a 15, nearly 16-second gap now back to P3.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's 14 seconds now on the live. So plenty in it there.
But Ferrari holding on pretty well, isn't they?
Well, it's just looking at that, you know, P3 is a Ferrari, and it's quite impressive.
Well, I remember one with Johnny, who's stuck to the back of his.
Oh, okay.
He's not dropping off at all.
Oh, we've had a position change for P3. Let's have an instant replay. Oh, maybe not. I'm not very good at this instant replay thing, but you know, we did it. We got there. We found it.
So, how come we didn't go with the Ford? As I know we were testing that early on.
So the Ford was sort of similar paced, but the only issue is that the Ford is quite a brittle car.
Didn't want to break it.
Yeah, it was. I mean, with slight contact, and if you sort of hit sort of T2, T3 a bit wrong, it was sort of damaging the front a little with some optionals.
Yeah.
But
Well, I've noticed that even with BMW, that I've seen people splitters a little turned up in the corners through just hitting the curves.
Yeah. I mean, the big boy BMW just seems to demolish the curbs and just
I've
eat
noticed
everything
that
up.
it takes a lot. I've noticed it takes a lot to actually damage this car. In those few laps I did, I managed to crash at turn 5 and nosed into the barrier on the outside, all those tyre barriers, and it sort of pirouetted down the barrier. I went and had a look at the crash after, no damage on the car at all.
Jeez.
And I've done the similar thing in the Ferrari before and demolished the damn front end, so the car's a tank.
Just a little.
It's called the big boy for a reason, eh?
Oh, yes. Slight camera issue. There we go. So let's go back and have a peek on this P3 battle. Seems to be Sim Racing Channel Black seems to be pulling away from them a little bit. So,
Keep you updated with what's happening in the front then. It's like, well, Eggy's been held up pretty badly through the S's, so we should close them right up. He's just had to follow a Mercedes literally from turn 2 all the way to turn 5.
oh dear.
Yeah, 3-second gap down to 1.9.
So it's dropped a considerable bit. So
Yeah.
Brendan should be back in the slipstream soon enough, hopefully.
Well, yeah, I think without the slipstream, Eggy might have a bit of pace early on. I think towards the end of the stint, he struggles a little bit more, going off what we saw in the last tyre stint. But I think at the start of the stint, he might have a bit of pace advantage. So unless he does get back into the draft,
That's good.
Eggy might pull away, as it's exactly what he was doing. Once Brendan had lost the draft, Eggy pulled away to 3 seconds.
Yeah. So I just noticed that Brendan's dropped about half a second as well this lap. Is he stuck behind anyone? No?
No, I think he I think he had to go down past them and then side by side into turn 1. Traffic, gonna traffic.
Yeah. Let's just have a listen to that sort of nice BMW exhaust. It does pop quite nice on iRacing.
Yeah, pops and bangs on the overrun, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And although I do love the sound of the Porsche, the RSR in real life, it's very bloody loud and obnoxious in iRacing.
Yeah, it seems to be a bit excessive. I just went
When
to.
you're, I don't know if you've ever done it where you're trying to spectate to spot somebody from sort of far back and slightly high. If you get one of those Porsche behind them, you can't hear anything.
Yeah, it seems to. I mean, I just sort of P3 there in the Porsche. I had a quick view on them and sort of got deafened slightly.
Well, nearly an hour and 20 minutes down.
Yeah, so still doing well, I think.
Not long to go, eh?
No, not long at all.
Not long at all.
Only another 8 hours and 42 minutes. Seem to be increasing that gap a bit more out in the front. It's about 17 seconds roughly now.
I think it's 19 to the leader. I think Eggie's 19 over 13.
Yeah, 17 to Eggy, 19 to Brandon.
Yeah. All the way up.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry. Never was good at maths.
I think he's done well so far. He's only on 6x as well, so
That's quite impressive.
banking those X's for later on.
Probably. What is Chris due in after Eggy?
I'm not sure. I'll be honest, I don't actually know. I thought Chris was driving the other car.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, Chris was on the West Gas. Is it Ash?
Ash or Will, I think.
Yeah.
No, sorry. Yeah, wrong even further. So it'll be either Tyler or Ash jumping in into Parabolica.
Okay.
And then with Rascas, I think Chris will be getting in next. Further in the race, we'll see Will make an appearance at some point.
Will is on Rathcast.
Yes.
Would either of you guys be able to spot me once I get into the car? Because Brennan needs to step away.
Team radio, yeah.
Yeah? Or,
Yeah, sure. We can both jump in and get a driver's eye view.
yeah. I just don't want to. Just for the first few laps anyway, till things settle down. So, Eggy's not fuel saving right now. He's pushing. We are fuel saving. We've been fuel saving every lap, and we just told Johnny behind us just to kind of go back a little bit because we are fuel saving and not to rear end us. He created a gap there.
He was a little close at times.
Yeah.
I did note that he was holding on, so I wondered if he was either just a very quick guy who's had a couple of issues.
He is quick.
Or,
No, he is quick. I've raced with Johnny before. He's much quicker than me anyway. But he's got a high IR. He's 3.8k. I thought he was higher to be honest, but and then I'm gonna get into the car. So our strategy now is where people who are getting into the car next are going to be in it for 3 hours.
Okay.
3 hours.
Yeah, 3 hours. Yeah, the next stint is 3 hours. Brendan's going to get in again after me, and then it's William. So we're on a four stint strategy, depending on temps. So,
Who's in after Eggy? Do we know?
Tyler.
Tyler. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing Ash after.
Yeah, it'll be Ash, and then Eggy's going to take it home. So I'm a little bit quicker than Tyler, so I'll probably pip them for the lead. And then Ash is a little bit quicker than me around here, so the balance, I think, over the course of the race, we should be okay. Oh, Johnny, don't get too close, you fucker.
It's not too far back. So he might just be doing the same sort of fuel saving with you guys, but I don't know. Doesn't seem to be letting off the gas too early. So when do you want us to jump in with
Me?
with you?
Yeah, in like 38 minutes. Like basically when Brendan got to the pits, I just needed some of the spot. But, you know, both these only probably both these. There's only 2 years there anyway, so
Yeah, jump over it.
Alright, okay.
Just let us know.
Right, I'm gonna go back over to Brendan.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, as I'm not spotting, I'm not actually even loaded into iRacing at the moment. I think I'll stay here.
Okay. Well, you can come with me for some entertainment.
Oh, there goes Johnny to the inside.
Yeah, he's come through. He doesn't want us to
be
sit
honest-
behind
Yeah, well, yeah, I think that's probably the best thing. Oh, that Audi. I think that's probably the best thing to happen. Because Brendan, if he is fuel saving, he can fuel save behind Johnny even more efficiently.
Yeah.
Rather than fuel saving as the car in front. Especially if Johnny is as fast as Chris said he is, then it shouldn't be an issue.
So you say you're not loaded into iRacing?
No, I'm just watching it on Twitch.
Okay, so Ash's is a bit quicker.
Yeah, Ash's stream is about a minute ahead of you, ahead of your stream, for some unknown reason for me. So I've been watching theirs and trying to say things.
I don't really
I
understand
have been
why or how, but I might have to ask
So-
the YouTube god himself, Mr. Super GT, at some point, and we'll find out from him. What are the secrets of YouTube life? Just a little close for comfort.
What was?
Obviously, Johnny's trying to get past.
Oh yeah, the Audi.
GT3.
Yeah. So Eggy's not fuel saving, and he's going full bore.
Yeah, seems to be on it. That Audi is not wanting to let Johnny through.
Yeah, I saw them in the background then.
Now he's just completely backed out of it, realised what he's doing wrong. So let the pair of them through. So good. Seems to be a battle for fourth, maybe? Close on track. So,
Yeah, they're only 0.1 apart.
yeah. appears that the
That would normally suggest that they're either bump drafting or they're side by side.
I mean, it looks like the HCon Hocon Racing team.
Hocon, I think.
Yeah, because they were up in third, sort of quite close behind us. They seem to be falling back quite a little bit.
They also went about, I think, maybe a lap or two longer than Eggy did on fuel. So I wonder if they've got a different type of strategy that requires them to save a bit more fuel.
Yeah.
Maybe they're going to try and miss a stop or something too. Because, like you said, the stop was what, a minute and 20 something.
Yeah, minute 20. So...
Yeah. So I mean, if you don't lose, if you only lose a minute by doing that strategy and slowing down, well, you gain a minute 20 by not doing a pit stop.
Yeah. I mean, it's just looking at the
Just,
stop
I mean,
times
I don't
as
know.
well.
Maybe. I mean, they have just lost that position. They are now down to 5th.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I mean, I was just looking at the stop times to see if they've sort of maybe risked it without tyres, but it looks like
They would have jumped up.
yeah, but I mean, it looks like pretty much all the teams have taken tyres on the first stop. I think it's just too hot not to, really. It's a risky game.
Yeah. Well, the track's not there for that at the moment, is it? It's too hot.
Yeah.
Even if you could do it on, where, you finish that second stint with, say, like 50% wear. Is it worth it at this point?
Well, yeah.
Sliding around on those sort of tyres.
That's true.
Ooh, Aggie just killed somebody. Aggie just murdered someone. Absolutely murdered.
Let's go back and try and get an instant replay. Ooh, yeah, just tap the left sort of rear corner. That was...
And turtle done from the look of it.
Oh dear.
Aggie, why are you cutting things that close?
So that was very close.
It looks kind of netcodey.
Yeah, I mean it was sort of right on it. That was really quite risky. I mean, it looked like that the AMG wasn't quite far enough over to the right, but
looks like they've actually got some front damage. Why did you cut it that close? There's no need for that at this point, really. Might be a classic case of not realising you're for a minute that you're actually in a left-hand drive car.
yeah. Yeah, some of the front splitter is a little crumpled on the one side.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely crumpled that side of the splitter. Push that arch up a little bit as well. And cost them a bit.
So, hopefully it's not going to cost them too much in aero. I can sort of keep going.
The only thing is something that had that sort of consequence. He's still only on 6x, which means that was a 0x.
Yeah.
Now, I don't understand that's given that much damage. I mean, oh, apparently no damage.
No?
The damage appears to have been a lag thing. There is now no damage shown on the front of the car.
Okay.
From what I can tell. Which would line up with it being I would line up with it being a 0x, like more sort of netcode type deal. Still, don't know why quite that tight. Seemed a bit risky to me.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I always worry when you get in an incident like that the guy who you've bumped into gets going. If they're in a lower class and decides to take revenge.
It's always the one sort of downside.
Especially in such a long break, you smack them into the wall on accident, blow their engine, they go and fix it, come out, just ruin you.
So hopefully nothing comes of that. So we'll have to wait and see.
Worst thing will be is if they see the paint job and take out the second place car instead. or Brendan or Chris, just minding their own business. It looks like Jimmy. I don't know if Jimmy's still in the car, but I assume he is. They've moved up to 6th place.
Yeah, Jim was still in the car. 6th.
Plus 17. That's, I guess that's experience for you, isn't it?
The front of the car, they got a little bit of damage on it, but nothing too bad.
Their pace has definitely picked up from what it was. They were running around in sort of the mid to to high 18s. Once the tyres, once they were sort of midway into a run. I mean, that's like was an 18.2 apparently. So they gained some pace as they go along.
We're 10 seconds behind 5th. So they're closing that gap. They're doing about the same. I mean, 10 seconds in 8.5 hours, that's nothing really. That could be
No,
Bring that back.
you can make that in one stint, can't you? Really, especially with them being this many laps in what's it, 46 laps, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
That's what they did last time round. I mean, half a second a lap. Made up, yeah, 20. You made up 23.
So they're doing quite well.
Oh, there was a bit of contact just ahead of you then.
What's that, sorry?
There was a bit of good lord, that was. Peggy's lapping the 18th position car, and coming off turn 5, it nailed the back of David Simon. I was waiting for the hit to turn it sideways right in front of him. Yeah. Not lost. Alright.
Miss seems to be dropping back a little bit off Eggy. So they're getting down to
Well,
7 seconds.
I think it's a case of once he lost the draft initially, he decided to keep on fuel saving, whereas that Eggy's not. He's just going.
I mean, Eggy has never really been one to be a fuel saver. So sort of gun it and go.
Yeah.
It's more his style. Here's how he's doing. So he's got a couple of back markers in front of him. Hopefully shouldn't cause him too much of an issue.
Yeah, Eggy's just worked his way through those guys. Gives them a little bit of time.
Yeah. Quite wide there on the exit T5. It's a bit sketchy.
It's pretty much going to be non-stop traffic from here to the end, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, luckily it's just sort of GT3s to contend with.
Yeah, they are the fastest cars on the track, aren't they? They haven't got to worry about anyone coming up behind them at a rate or not.
That's good. It just sort of adds that like ILMS and sort of the Le Mans. So it's a bit of a worry sometimes with whether LMP1 or HPD is going to absolutely just dive bomb down the inside from sort of half the straight back.
Yeah.
So we got Mr. Button watching, obviously from his internetless home. Just playing with his dongle.
He's playing with his what?
Playing with his dongle. He's got a dongle now.
He's got a dongle.
Got a dongle.
Does he need to see someone about it?
I'd hope so. I really would hope so.
Apparently, Conrad was doing very Need to see someone about it.
I'd hope so.
Oh, apparently he's actually at his club.
It's his cousins, that's how he's got internet.
Yeah. So he's not playing with his dog. Well, he might be playing with his dog.
Raphael just got a bit squirmy in front of Miz then. That was quite close. So Miz just had to completely back out of that one.
So Dean, you're thieving other people's internet now. What has this thing come to?
He's even gone and left his dong at home. I mean, that's a bit of a...
I know.
Wow.
I don't know about you, but mine's attached.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He did get a bit early.
He's a fraud. Just going to jump on board and miss for a little bit. I think I am. So I know that Dean will probably hate me, but he can jump over to Twitch. I'm just going to see if we can end the stream and restart it, see if we can get it a bit closer to live. It's quite frustrating. Let's have a look.